Oh, that's a good question. That's a complicated question.
Okay.
The way that I see it is from looking at it from a software perspective, you're the server that has all the API keys for all these different things that you know, this site. You aggregate all of that data, and you just say, well, this is humanity boiled down to its essence. This is what we can what we can take and is a universal message. And so that's what I say is just keep doing what you're doing, because the more perspectives we get, the more that becomes just like a mixing of different views. The individual views and the sharp edges are all worn off of each of them, and you end up with, how did all these fit together, like the puzzle that they are. Um, the main thing that I've seen, because I've only been able to watch, because I've tried to watch as many as I can since we started talking, and I tried to watch a selection of different ones, not just everybody from the U.S. or everybody from one place or another. And I think that there's, with everything, there's cultural differences. There's kind of differences in the way that people are raised. For example, here in Southern California, we have kind of that what you consider the traditional American culture, but also there's a huge influence from Mexico. And actually, my wife's family, a whole side of her family is Mexican, and my stepmom is Mexican. So like growing up in that kind of diversity, you start to realize that sometimes the way that people talk about different things and the way that they their perspectives on different things don't necessarily mean that they're like it means, what's the best way to put it? There are some undercurrents that go through humanity as a whole, and culture sits on top of that. And so you get different perspectives and you get that, but it's, at the end of the day, what I see with your content is that so many people are first of all, a lot of them are working to try and help people, um, in whatever capacity they have. And I think that goes back to talking about what drives you, is that if you can find what drives you with what helps others and you bring that together, then that's the best way that it can go. And I see that the various different people that you have on, in some way or another, whether they're doing it consciously or not, that is what they're after. Um, and so in terms of how you can bring that message to more and more people, honestly, I think that you just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep bringing as many different perspectives as you can. I would say, try and find those people. What's the best way to put it? Trying to find those people who are exemplary of somebody who maybe comes from a group that isn't traditionally considered to be, somebody who lives out in somewhere that's very rural, but is working on a technical background or is working on computer science. I was actually, the other day, it blew my mind. I didn't have any idea, but from what I heard, 24% of people in Nigeria are invested in cryptocurrency. And it's something, as an American, you don't think about that. You don't think of, the way that these technologies are going to be changing the world. And I mean, I've known for a while that it's going to be a big thing, but the adoption that you see around the world and the way that it's changed, because here we have the systems that we have, and it has downsides, but I think that the way that it could fundamentally change the lives of people in other countries is absolutely, for me, is a great thing. At heart, I'm a globalist. I want people to be able to work together wherever they're from, whatever they're doing. Um, and so I see things like that, and I think that someone like you just has, the more and more that you get these perspectives, the more opportunity you have to bring that to a wider audience and a wider audience, and make everybody see that these are the things that we can work together with. These are the things that we can build. I mean, it's a kind of some would say a silly dream to say that we could have this worldwide utopia where people work together and it's cooperative. But I think that at heart, people want to work together. I think that there's a lot of things that are put in our way to drive us apart and to tell us that, oh, this person is not somebody we should trust, or this person, this culture has pitted against this culture. And it's, to me, looking at it on a human level, one of my other passions is language learning. So I've got, people I talk to in France, people I've started with Italian. And so, there's, the more you talk to people around the world, they're the same. They want to take care of their families. They want to have a good life. They want to help other people have a good life if they can. And it's these artificial constructed rivalries that drive people apart. And so someone like you is like the one who goes across the borders and goes from one side to the other and say, this is what people are thinking, this is what people are saying. And in so many cases, it's the same thing. Is that we want to be good. We want success. We want advancement of technology. Not everybody, but most people, because technology makes life easier. Oh, that's a good question. That's a complicated question. I appreciate you giving myself and other people that opportunity as much as you appreciate having me on, and I think that's definitely something that moving forward is like I said, is the future, is people connecting with people, sharing those messages and just hopefully resonating with just that one person that needs it.